It's $5 Tuesday here at WagerTalk.com. Just a little bit. I'll be letting you know how you can get a best bet from me for only $5. But first, I've got free plays for you tonight in basketball. In college, we have three top 25 matchups in the SEC, not to mention a couple NBA teams seeking revenge in the TNT doubleheader. Winning day here on the Power 5 yesterday, as I was right on both NBA games. I know some of you took umbrage with me saying the Spurs are a better team than the Lakers. Well, a 126-102 final in the favor of San Antonio certainly backed me up there. By the way, go ahead and smash that like button if you've been enjoying all of these free winners that I'm giving out daily here on the Power 5. As a reminder, you can always go ahead and comment down below with your thoughts as I run through these plays for today, anytime you want to do so. So, all three of those top 25 matchups in the SEC tonight will tip off 7 p.m. Eastern. The first one I'm going to focus on, number 15, Mississippi State at number 1, Auburn. Auburn's finally moved up to the number 1 ranking, which is where I've had them for weeks. But unfortunately, the big story is Johnny Broome will be out with an ankle injury. That's obviously a big blow to the top-ranked Tigers. Now, it doesn't mean I want to fade Auburn in this spot, but I do want to look at the total, which is 152 at most books as of this recording. Some of the sharper books, even down to 151.5. And I agree with that move, and I would play the under. Wouldn't bet it any lower than 150, but Mississippi State, who they had been really good, I should say, when stepping up in class prior to the loss to Kentucky over the weekend. I think they're going to try to slow this game down. Didn't seem like head coach Chris Jans, liked the way that game versus UK went. It was up and down, high scoring. It's going to be hard for Auburn to replace Broome's 17.9 points per game, obviously, so under it is. Elsewhere in the SEC, number 5, Alabama will host number 21, Ole Miss. While that Mississippi State Auburn game is on the SEC Network, Bama Ole Miss is on ESPNU. Can't we get better networks for these games? Again, both tip off at the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Alabama, they were a nice winner for me on Saturday. They went to Texas A&M, handled their business, covering as short road favorites against an undermanned Aggie squad. But here at home, I think the spread's gotten a little too big tonight. The Crimson Tide opened -9.5. Now they're up to -11. I'd punch back at the market a little bit with Ole Miss. The Rebels defend well, particularly the three-point line, as opponents are making just 29% of their attempts from behind the arc. As good as Alabama is offensively, they're shooting just 32% from three. My thinking, tough to win by a double-digit margin against a top 25 team when you're not hitting your threes. Yes, Bama has a couple double-digit wins so far in SEC play, but those were against teams not as good as Ole Miss, so take the points. The last SEC game to cover for tonight is number 11, Texas A&M at number 8, Kentucky, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Earlier, I mentioned how A&M was not at full strength for Saturday's home loss to Alabama. Leading scorer Wade Taylor missed his second consecutive game due to injury. His status is questionable for tonight. Note, while the Aggies did win their first game without Taylor, 80-78 at Oklahoma, they actually trailed by as many as 18 in the second half, and they were down by double digits in the second half to Alabama. As much as I think Kentucky's a little overrated right now, I only have them power rated 18th. Texas A&M isn't going to win on the road without Taylor. Check his status. Let's monitor that all day. Kentucky currently -6.5 here. I would lay the points, especially if A&M doesn't have Taylor. The Wildcats have the second most efficient offense in the country. They average 89.2 points per game. Again, go ahead and let me know how you are betting these three SEC matchups by commenting down below. By the way, I'm currently on a nice 8-3-1 run in college hoops with premium plays at WagerTalk.com. Now let's see if we can sweep the NBA again here on the show. Up first is Cavs Pacers, 7:10 Eastern. Again, this one is on TNT. Indiana just handed Cleveland only its fifth loss of the season, 108-93 on Sunday. That was in Cleveland. The Pacers were 9-point underdogs here at home. They're getting 7 tonight. Perhaps that sounds like a lot to you, but be aware the Pacers were down by 13 points at halftime Sunday. Now the league-leading Cavaliers have dropped back-to-back games to another opponent this season. So if they were to lose twice here, it would not be without precedent. They actually dropped back-to-back games to Atlanta, surprisingly enough, earlier this season. But I don't think history repeats itself here. I would lay the 7 with the Cavs. They won 12 in a row prior to Sunday. 11 of those 12 victories were by at least 7 points. The exception, a 6-point win. Late night, we've got Denver at Dallas, 9:40 Eastern on TNT. This, too, is an immediate revenge spot. The Mavs just lost to the Nuggets here at home on Saturday. Final score there was 112-101, with Denver covering as 5.5-point chalk. These seem to be two teams trending in opposite directions right now. The Nuggets have won 7 of 9. The Mavs have lost 6 of 8 games. Of course, no Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving right now for the Mavs, but curiously, the line has moved in their direction tonight. Per the WagerTalk.com live odds screen, Dallas down to +4 after opening +5.5. I'll take the points in this one. In case you're unaware, the Mavs were leading going into the fourth quarter on Saturday by 12. Stranger things have happened in the NBA. Oftentimes, we see teams step up when their star players are out. It happened for 3 quarters on Saturday. I think it happens for 4 here. I'll take the points with Dallas. Quick recap here of the Power 5 for Tuesday. College basketball, we like the under in Mississippi State Auburn. I like the points with Ole Miss getting 11 against Alabama. I would lay it with Kentucky -6.5 against Texas A&M. In the NBA, I would lay it with the Cavs against the Pacers, and I would take the points with the Mavs against the Nuggets. Go ahead, smash that like button if you're in agreement with me on those. Then head on over to wt.buzz/BP, where I'm going to have a top-rated play available for only $5 today on a 23-13-1 all sports run. Let's keep it going. That's going to do it for Tuesday's edition of the Power 5. Make sure you're subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. And until next time, guys, let's cash some tickets.